Have you ever wondered why so many people fail when trying to achieve their goals? What separates those who overcome challenges from those who always fall short? The answer lies in two words: self-discipline and inner strength. In this video, I'll share the ancient secrets of the ninjas, warriors who mastered both body and mind to become invincible, not just in battle, but in life. If you're tired of starting something and giving up halfway, of losing control in critical moments, or feeling trapped by your own limitations, this video will transform the way you view challenges. Here, you'll discover how to develop relentless discipline and indestructible mental strength. Do you want to learn how ninjas overcame every obstacle, both internal and external? Then keep watching, because the path to invincibility starts now. In the depths of a mist-covered forest, where silence is only broken by the wind rustling through the trees, an ancient master walks slowly. The ancient ninja, with his calm and precise steps, recalls a lesson he once learned in his youth. At that time, he was an impulsive apprentice, always seeking combat, believing that physical strength was the key to victory. However, it was during one of the most difficult missions of his life that he discovered a much greater power: self-discipline. He sits at the base of a centuries-old tree, opens his worn leather journal, and begins to tell the story, gazing into the distance as if reliving each moment. It was on a night like this, he begins, his voice soft and deep. I was young, eager to prove my worth, but I didn't understand that to be truly strong, one must first control oneself before controlling the world around them. The ancient ninja remembers facing a formidable enemy in the darkness, a powerful warrior known for his brutality. But the greatest challenge wasn't the external opponent, but the internal conflict that consumed his mind. Fear, pride, anger, all threatened to overwhelm him. The master looks at his pupils with a slight smile and says, "The real enemy wasn't in his blade, but inside me." The ancient master continues his story, describing how on that fateful night, he prepared for the confrontation. Instead of acting impulsively, as he used to, he decided to observe. Silence became his ally. Rather than attacking with violence, he waited. The discipline he had cultivated over the years finally began to show its value. Every muscle, every breath was controlled. I knew that to win, I needed to be patient, serene, and firm, like a mountain. The ancient ninja closes his eyes, as if feeling once again the tension of that night. The battle fought not with weapons, but with the mind. As the night wore on, the enemy warrior lost his patience. He began to attack recklessly, driven by anger. The ancient ninja remained still, watching every movement, waiting for the right moment. He tells us, it's not brute strength that brings victory, but contained strength. The one who knows how to wait, who remains calm amidst chaos, is the one who prevails. His voice is calm, but the weight of his words is profound. In that moment, I understood that true strength comes from self-discipline, from the ability to control not only the body, but also the mind. With the patience of a predator lying in wait, the ancient ninja waited for the perfect moment. It was when he rushed forward with all his might, blinded by rage, that I found my opening. In one fluid motion, like water, the master disarmed his enemy. But instead of finishing the blow, he stopped. The battle was already won. There was no need for further violence. The control I had over myself made me invincible that night, because I understood that the greatest power is knowing when not to fight. The ancient ninja looks up at the starry sky above him, as if those stars had witnessed that distant night. He recalls that after that battle, the respect he earned didn't come from just the physical victory, but from the demonstration of inner strength. The true victory, my students, is over our own ego. Self-discipline is what makes us strong enough to choose when to fight, and more importantly, when not to. The story continues with the ancient revealing that, after that event, he began to grasp the depth of inner strength. He explains how he applied this lesson in every aspect of his life. Being invincible doesn't mean winning every battle, but mastering oneself. That requires more strength than any external opponent could ever demand. He teaches us that this strength is not something acquired all at once. It is a daily practice, like sharpening a blade, where the steel is not the body, but the mind and spirit. The ancient ninja then shares how this self-discipline reflected in every movement, in every choice. He stopped being driven by impulses and emotions. Every action was thought out, calculated, and executed at the right moment. Many believe that control is over others, but true control begins within ourselves. The one who masters themselves masters the world. Now, he asks a question that echoes in the silence. How many times have you been defeated by your own thoughts? How many battles have you lost before even drawing your sword, because your mind was filled with fear or doubt? The Master leads us to reflect on the battles we face daily, not with visible enemies, but with our own weaknesses and uncertainties. This is our story, he says, the story of conquering oneself, the hardest of all victories. Remember, the ancient ninja continues, discipline is not a chain that binds us, but a sword that sets us free. He compares self-discipline to a blade that cuts through distractions, fears, and doubts, allowing us to see the path ahead clearly. When you master your own mind, the world around you ceases to be a threat. The true power lies in knowing how to control your reactions, your emotions, and your desires. And so, he continues, strength does not reside in muscles, but in the mind that guides each movement. The body follows what the mind commands. The one who is not a slave to their desires becomes truly invincible. The Master reflects on how, over the years, he learned to trust his mind more than his sword. The body is temporary, but the mind is eternal. The ancient ninja then leads us to think about what it truly means to be strong. Many confuse strength with aggression, but true strength is the ability to remain calm in the midst of the storm. He teaches us that calmness is the most powerful weapon anyone can carry. The one who remains unshaken is the one who truly has control. He pauses and looks at his students. From today on, remember that self-discipline is not just a physical practice, but mental and spiritual. It begins the moment you decide to be the master of yourself, of your actions, and of your reactions. What will you choose to control today? Your fear, your anger, or perhaps your urge to give up? The ancient ninja slowly rises and closes the journal. He looks at his pupils, and his voice echoes with wisdom. The battle continues, not out there, but within. Self-discipline is the key to being invincible, and that key is in your hands. You have the ability to shape your destiny as long as you can master yourself. And for you watching and listening, know that you too are part of this journey. Join us in the next lesson, and together, we will continue walking the path of wisdom. What will you choose to control in your life today? Whatever challenge lies before you, remember, the true power is within you, waiting to be awakened.